sole wear on my Brooks Revel 7, approximately 9 months into usage. So here I, Tanis of Seattle, show sole wear on my Brooks Revel 7 pair of running shoes at the approximately 9 months into usage mark. So I've previously shown these shoes on this channel. I have an unboxing video for this pair of shoes that was filmed on Friday, 5 April 2025 and published the same day. And so here we go. This is a 9 months, so the number 9 has meaning. It was like 9 months of usage is a good one. So these I use approximately 5 days a week to go about 5.80 miles. And that's been for approximately 9 months. Okay, not exactly, approximately. And so they've become, they're a little dirty. That's the non-sole. The sole of the shoes are the bottom of the shoes. So here they are. They've retained their color. They've done excellent on, I really like the design on the bottom that's for traction. I have done much better on not wearing down the heels for this pair of shoes, meaning I've been running more on my toes for this particular pair. And I'm really quite impressed with the heels of the shoes. They're remarkably about what they are towards the beginning. There has been some slight wear. If you see, let's go here towards the bottom. They start off with these grooves, and then as I pound the pavement, the grooves wear down. So they're deliberately designed so that I can see how much wear there's been. And I love that design. So they were designed in Seattle. That hasn't quite rubbed off just yet. And I'm a Seattle child, live in the greater Seattle area. But I love this design feature that there's a bunch of little pieces so I can actually see the actual, like, this, I run on my toes and this is where I run on my toes. I love that I just like to see the pattern. The wear on this particular pair, I am so happy with my wear patterns. And so I run on my toes. You can see a little bit of like midfoot kind of popping in here where this is worn down. But it's approximately even on this pair, which was not true for my last pair. I favored 1 foot, meaning I run flatter, so to speak, and on both legs about equally for this pair, which is very cool. It's a little bit favoring of the right foot in terms of wear. However, it's far more even. And you can see here I've worn down further into the traction rubber. The traction pieces because it's gone. So then I need to be super careful if the roads are slick because the traction has become less on the toes. However, it is not gone. And so replacing is for Brooks, I have tended to find when the color of the sole wears off, it'll start to get thinner because it's not quite time for me to replace them. However, it is on my radar. Not there yet. I haven't started wearing off the white either. So they've held up remarkably, and I wondered when I got them, I was like, you know, putting them on to go out, and I was like, I wonder if these small little pieces will be better because I can actually see, instead of like big bars, the little pieces. Let me see how many quantums, if each one is a little quantum, how many quantums have I, does my pitter patter of little feeties, you know, affect. And it's been kind of cool to watch. And yeah, so it's been great. I've loved these. And that's that's my high intensity exercise for the Tanis diet, but also for my cardiology self-experimentation. So there we go. There's a sole wear on my Brooks Revel 7, approximately 9 months into usage.